Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Before starting the video, please subscribe and keep watching for more details videos. She's my most famous guest. Eala and Zeynep Sonmez are back together. And guess what? Aryna Sabalenka cannot withstand it anymore. That's right. The friendship between these two young tennis stars is apparently too much for Sabalenka to handle. After all the rumors and speculation that Eala and Sonmez had a massive falling out following their intense Abu Dhabi Open match last month, here they are proving everyone wrong. They are hanging out, laughing together, showing genuine love and affection for each other. And it's driving certain people absolutely crazy. People who didn't want to see them together were spreading all kinds of stories about how they had this big fight and weren't friends anymore. But those rumors completely false. These two are closer than ever. And apparently that's a problem for Sabalenka. Now, let's talk about that Abu Dhabi Open match because it was intense. Eala came out on top, defeating Sonmez in straight sets. But the match itself was no walk in the park. In the first set, Eala jumped out to a 3-1 lead, looking like she was going to dominate. Music, but Sonmez wasn't having any of that. She fought back and won the next two games to tie it up at 3-all. The momentum was shifting, but Eala dug deep, broke the tie, and surged ahead to 5-3. Sonmez managed to capitalize on a double fault to win another game, but Eala stayed composed and closed out the set at 6-4. The second set was just as competitive. Eala started strong again, racing to a 3-love lead. You'd think the match was over at that point, but these two kept trading service breaks back and forth. The level of tennis was incredible. At 5-3 with Eala serving for the match, Sonmez unleashed a powerful forehand that forced a deuce. The crowd was on the edge of their seats. But then Sonmez went for another aggressive forehand attack and it sailed wide, giving Eala the match and the victory. After a battle like that, you'd expect maybe some tension between the players, right? A lot of people were saying that Eala and Sonmez must have had a falling out after such a heated encounter. The rumors were flying everywhere. People who apparently didn't want to see these two together were spreading stories that they'd had a massive fight and weren't friends anymore. But here's the thing that's got everyone talking now. Not only are those rumors completely false, but Eala and Zeynep Sonmez are showing the world what true sportsmanship looks like. This friendship is something special. Eala has shown time and time again that she's got a heart of gold. She's been incredibly close to Zeynep, even when they are competing against each other in tournaments. That takes a special kind of person, doesn't it? To be able to separate the competition on the court from the friendship off the court. Eala absolutely loves Zeynep's energy and vibes, and you can see it in the way they interact. It's genuine, it's authentic, and it's exactly what the sport needs. And Zeynep, she feels exactly the same way about Alex. In fact, Sonmez even invited Eala to visit her in Turkey, and they were both joking around about all the things they're going to do when they go there together. How wholesome is that? Two young athletes competing at the highest level, but still maintaining a genuine friendship and supporting each other. This is what sports should be about, right? Competition on the court, camaraderie off it. But here's where things get really interesting and honestly pretty disappointing. According to multiple reports, Aryna Sabalenka has a serious problem with all of this. Now, look, we all know Sabalenka is a top player. She's talented. She's won big tournaments. Nobody's denying that. But there's been this pattern emerging, and it's not a good look. Sabalenka apparently has a serious problem with seeing other players in the WTA showing love and support for each other. Music, whether it's Coco Gauff, Aryna Sabalenka, or now Eala, Sabalenka apparently can't handle it when the spotlight isn't solely on her. Sources are saying that Sabalenka doesn't like the amount of attention that Eala is getting, and that's putting it mildly. It's been reported that Sabalenka actually got offended yesterday just from watching Zeynep and Eala together, being friends, supporting each other, even after their competitive match in Abu Dhabi. Think about that for a second. She's reportedly upset that two players who just competed against each other are still friends. What kind of mentality is that? It shows a complete inability to handle seeing other players receive recognition and build positive relationships in the sport. Music. And this isn't the first time we've seen this kind of behavior from Sabalenka. Remember when Coco Gauff beat her? Instead of giving credit where credit was due and acknowledging Gauff's incredible performance, what did Sabalenka do? She dismissed it. She claimed that Gauff's victory wasn't because of Gauff's skill or talent, but simply because Sabalenka didn't play well that day. Can you believe that? That's not just making excuses. That's outright disrespectful. It completely undermines the hard work, the dedication, and the talent of her opponents. It's like saying their achievements don't matter, that they only win when she has an off day. That mindset is toxic, and it's one that tries to diminish the accomplishments of others to protect her own ego. She won the at one end of the draw loomed Aryna Sabalenka, thunder in human form. Her ground strokes cracked like desert lightning, fierce and unapologetic. She had built her reputation on power, on overwhelming opponents before they could breathe. At the other end was Eala, young, sharp-eyed, and brimming with quiet fire. She had grown up far from the European hardcourts, raised in a nation that cheered her name across oceans. To some, she was still the future. To herself, she was the present. And then there was Zeynep Sonmez, a fighter carved from patience and poise. She had learned to thrive on the margins, waiting, adjusting, enduring. The headlines wanted a simple story: Sabalenka, the unstoppable force. But tournaments are not written in ink before the first ball is struck, the roar before the silence. Sabalenka's matches earlier that week had been brutal exhibitions, a blur of forehands, a cascade of aces. The crowd gasped, applauded, and occasionally winced. She was not merely winning, she was imposing. Eala watched from the practice court, her coach speaking softly while balls thudded rhythmically off her strings. "Let her hit hard," he said, "but make her hit one more." Eala nodded. Her style wasn't built on brute force. It was built on angles, timing, and a fearless willingness to redirect pace. She understood something essential: power can overwhelm, but precision can unravel. When the draw revealed that Eala's path would cross with Sabalenka's, social media erupted. Analysts leaned toward the favorite: experience, ranking, titles. But Eala didn't scroll. She trained. A match that tilted the desert. The night they faced each other felt cinematic. The stadium was alive. Filipino flags waved beside Belarusian ones. Cameras zoomed in. Commentators lowered their voices as if preparing for a storm. Sabalenka began like she always did, explosive. First set forehands ripped across the court, forcing Eala.